Good morning. This is June the 2nd, and this is day 13 of the Four Corners ride. And I am currently sitting in a little rest area, excuse me, just outside of Gila Bend, Arizona, probably about 60 or 70 miles from Phoenix. And last night turned out to be, we'll say, interesting. I rode till about 10:30 last night, and I came across a gas station that had a sign out beside it that said camping available. So I stopped in and asked them if they had, tent sites, and they said yeah, they did. And he pointed me down the road a little bit. And it was free camping, so I didn't have to even pay for anything. But that road that he was telling me I had to go down for about 150, 200 yards was a dirt / sandy road. And just as I got to where the camping area was, the sand got too deep, and I buried that Harley plumb up to the tailpipes. Trust me, you don't want to do that. That's why Harleys are not made for this off-road crap. So this is a part of the country where there's a lot of illegal immigrants or whatever coming across the border, and that was really the reason, according to one guy I talked to back in Yuma, that they weren't allowing any tent camping, is that there were too many illegals coming across, and they had too many problems with people staying in tents. So not really knowing what to expect. I slept in a chair next to my Harley right there off the side of the road next to a campsite, but the chair turned out to be quite comfortable. But I've got had a pistol in one hand and a flashlight in the other, fully expecting to have to use at least one or the other during the night, but it turned out to be a non-event for the most part. Then got up this morning and started trying to dig it out, and a guy came along that had a Jeep, and I had a good rope already, so we tied a rope around the frame on the back of the bike and drug it backwards about 10 feet. That's all it took, and got me out of there. It turns out the couple that the guy and his wife that were in the Jeep were from Kerrville, Texas, just up the road from Bernie. So, hey, it's all part of the adventure. Yeah, trust me, I've never liked dirt roads on a Harley, and I like it even less now. All right, well, I'm going to see how far I can get down the road today. It's hot out in this desert, so I don't really expect to get too far. It got up to 105 yesterday, so I would expect it to probably do the same thing again today. So I'm not going to push it too hard. I'll find some place that does accept tent campers sooner or later down here, and spend the night again tonight. But anyway, I'm going to include a little picture of the Harley stuck in the sand for those of you that ride bikes and get a good laugh out of it. It's something you can poke fun at me for later on. Take care. Love you guys. Bye. Next time you're watching an Old West movie that supposedly takes place in Texas, and you see a bunch of these saguaro cactuses like that one, just know that when they filmed that, they weren't really filming in Texas. About the only place you'll find these is in Arizona, with a rare exception. So anyway, beautiful country out here. The desert is pretty foreboding. Makes you appreciate, our forefathers that came to this area and settled. Those people had a special kind of grit, or maybe it's a special kind of stupid. You decide. Hello everybody. Well, I am about probably 30 miles east of Phoenix right now, crossing this wonderful desert that we got out here, and it's about 103 degrees. So I know a lot of you who've been following me ride bikes quite frequently, and you probably know what I'm fixing to talk about here, but there's some of you who follow who haven't ridden very often, or they haven't ridden in the great Southwest where they got to deal with desert and 100-degree plus heat on a regular basis. So the way you stay cool when you ride like this is kind of a multi-step process. But first, I like to wear something around my neck to keep the sun off of me. A lot of time I'll dip that in water. Of course, that evaporates fairly quickly, but it sure feels good for a while. And I also wear a moisture wicking shirt, which helps quite a bit. And then there's this. I don't know if you can see the sunlight through that jacket, but this is a vented jacket that allows the air to flow through it. And that works pretty good. Just the fact that it keeps the sun off of you and diffuses the air to go through the way it does. It really helps stay cool. But the big trick, the main thing, is this. Let me show you. This is a vest. This one's a Harley vest. There's others that are out there. Jeannie Bone made one for me several years ago that I really like, but I got too fat for it. Go figure. And then, so what you do is you soak this in water for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then you just put it on. So hang on just a second and I'll show you what this all looks like when it's said and done. Okay, so I'm going to put on the vest first. And it was in the ice chest, soaking in melted ice, so it's actually ice cold, which feels really good right now. So you just put that on, zip it up, and then we'll put the jacket on top of that. And so as the air goes through the jacket, it diffuses that airflow and helps give an even spread of air across the entire vest. And it works a lot like an evaporative air conditioner works. Same principle. It works really good. So for about, depending on how hot it is, but for anywhere from about an hour up to 2 or 3 hours, depending on the jacket and how hot it is, and the riding conditions, and whether or not you've got a windshield, and a number of factors. In my case with my bike, temperatures like it is today, probably good for a couple of hours before I need to wet it down again. But it feels just like you're wearing an air conditioner. You wear a helmet and keep the shield down, the air will circulate up and it even keeps your face cool. So anyway, that's it. I just thought you'd like to see that. Thanks. Talk to you later. Well, hello everybody. Here it is, the end of day 13, and I made it to a little place called Deming, New Mexico. Not too far from where I actually went to first and second grade here in New Mexico. Pretty good day on the ride. When I left, or right before I left Phoenix earlier, I washed the bike just to make sure that it would rain today. That worked. Which is actually a good thing, because the temperature out going across the desert was about 103, 104. And I put on the cool vest and all that, and that worked real good. But then the rainstorms moved in, and the dust storms, which is kind of a novelty item that you see in New Mexico and West Texas, and probably in some other places in the Southwest. But anyway, I think I showed you some videos of that already. But that worked out pretty good, though. Like I said, it cooled down, so it made for a little more enjoyable ride. It was, I don't know, like 90 degrees or high 80s, something like that. Okay, well, tomorrow, more desert. Yay. I got to ride across New Mexico and into Texas. I'll probably get somewhere around Kerrville or Junction area, somewhere in that general vicinity, before I have to call it a night tomorrow night. And then the following day, Mary's going to be meeting me in Bernie, Texas. Yay. Looking forward to that. All right, well, that's all I got for today. I hope everybody's doing well. I love you guys. Thanks again for following me. Appreciate all the comments and all that. So you guys are just too nice. Appreciate it. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.